further ado, let's give our floor to Miss Ellen Zabala.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Lloyd. That's true. Pwede akong fitness coach. So kung gusto mo, usap tayo mamaya. I'll coach you. Okay po. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Brothers and sisters, our guests, friends. Okay, perhaps nalilito na siguro kayo. Bakit ba kami laging sabi ng good morning? If you remember earlier, Sir Jeremy also greeted you a good morning. The reason we say good morning is because there is hope. Let me assure you, we don't say it like a slogan. It's not like a catchphrase to us. As for us, we say it with conviction because of our personal experience. Kanina, Sir Jeremy mentioned his personal experience. Ngayon naman, for tonight, let me tell you my story. Or rather, my mother's story. Last December 5, 2020, nalaman po namin na yung mother namin has stage 4 cancer. Possibly cancer of the colon. Kasi po merong nakitang enlargement, abnormality po dun sa kanyang sigmoid colon. Nakita po ito sa CT scan. Pero as early as September, I've already heard about tertiary placenta. But to be honest, I know practically nothing about it. I don't know what the ingredients are. I have not even attended a presentation like this. Ang alam ko lang, it's like, it's a miracle cure. At ang isa pang tumatak sa isip ko ay, wow, sobrang mahal. Kaya sabi ko, at that time, it really was not an option for us. But by the end of December, yung mother ko, halos hindi na siya makakain. Dahil makakita pa lang siya ng pagkain, maamoy pa lang niya yung pagkain, nasusuka na siya. Dati po, wala lang siyang gana. Pero ngayon po, the sight and the smell of food nauseates her. So in other words, lumalala po yung kanyang condition. So I started to ask about Pertier. Actually, napanaginipan ko pa noon si Teacher Sarah. Pumasok talaga siya sa isip ko while I was sleeping. So I asked Teacher Sarah about Pertier placenta. Tapos may pinadala siya sa aking slide. It's of a 78-year-old woman na uminom ng Pertier placenta. It's in the dun sa video that Sam showed you kanina. It's there. Sabi doon, after 2 weeks of taking the supplement, nag-excrete po siya or dumumi po siya ng maitim at saka mabaho. So, pardon sa mga may queasy stomachs or anything. Pero it's like the fecal deposit na naipon na po sa kanyang colon. By the way po, yung mother ko po is 82 years old na. But still, maski nakita ko yung PowerPoint slide, duda pa rin ako. I was still doubtful. Sabi ko, could this really work for my mother? But then, really, we were running out of options. So we decided to give it a try. I remember that was January 8th, evening of January 8th, my mother took three capsules before dinner. And would you believe it? The following morning, we were amazed that my mother experienced a healing crisis. The same thing that the lady dun sa PowerPoint slide experienced after 2 weeks. My mother experienced that the morning after. Of course, sobrang amazed po ako talaga. Sobrang amazed kami lahat. And yung mother ko, she was, of course, very relieved kasi ever since, for the longest time, her problem po talaga is constipation. Ngayon po, my mother's bowel movement is every day. Minsan, twice a day pa. At hindi na niya kailangang uminom ng any of the, strong laxatives that she used to take. Yung mga laxatives na iniinom niya dati, iniinom niya pa lang, ang sakit-sakit na sa tiyan niya. So she was spared from that pain. Another thing that we noticed is that yung pain in her knee due to arthritis is almost completely gone. I said almost completely gone kasi nakalimutan na namin about it. Kasi we were really focused on the cancer that we forgot na, nga pala, may arthritis nga pala si mother. So since the time that she took Portier, isang beses lang siya sumumpong na parang pumitik lang ng pain. Talagang it's almost completely gone. Tapos another benefit is that hindi na siya masyadong umuubo like before. Kasi po dun sa kanyang results nung December 5 nga po when we found out that she has cancer, nandun sa chest x-ray niya that the cancer has spread to her lungs. Diba? They call it nagmetastasize na sa lungs. But after taking Portier, bale, naka 2 months na po siya taking Portier, hindi na siya masyadong umuubo. And best of all, para sa akin yung pinakamagandang effect ng Portier is that yung pain po niya sa abdomen is not as intense as before. Kasi po may time po noon na she woke me up 4 times madaling araw dahil sa matinding pain. Pero totoo po na she still takes painkillers. Pero the kind of painkillers that she takes is very mild. Actually po, meron po kasi akong bilas who's working as a nurse sa cancer ward sa Australia, sa isang hospital sa Australia. Sabi niya, yung gamot na yan, alam mo, hindi yan nire-reseta ng mga doktor namin dito sa mga cancer patients kasi that's very mild. So sa ngayon po, ang iniinom lang talaga ni mother ko is a very mild painkiller. Now to backtrack lang a little bit. Nung sinabi nung doctor na friend ni mommy na meron siyang cancer, sabi niya, talagang grabe yung pagkaka-break niya ng news sa amin. Actually, siya nga yung sobrang emotional eh. Yung pala, may personal experience din siya sa family about cancer. Sabi niya, tita, the pain, I want you to be ready. The pain will get worse. And sabi niya, your mother, sabi niya, tita, you will eventually be needing morphine. Well, it has been 3 months since that time. That's December 5. But thanks to God, yung mother ko is still stable. And may nakikita talaga kami improvements bit by bit. It's not an abrupt improvement unlike others. Meron din talaga sobrang abrupt, yung sobrang drastic yung naging improvement. But in the case of my mother, little by little, nakikita namin yung improvement sa kanya. Alam niyo din kasi, meron din akong pinsan eh. Nagkaroon din siya ng colon cancer. At that time, she was only 50 years old. And that was such a puzzling case for me. Kasi bata pa siya, hindi siya mahilig sa karne, mahilig siya sa gulay. You know, true blue Ilocano kasi yun eh. So 50 years old lang siya, batang-bata siya. But she died about 3 months after she was diagnosed. You know, yung mother ko, that she has exceeded 3 months, that for me is already a miracle. And as I said, si mommy ko is still weak and she's still thin. But, you know, if you talk to her over the phone, you wouldn't think that she has cancer. Her voice is as vibrant and as animated as before. Pag meron siyang kaibigan na may birthday, kakanta pa yan. So, I mean, you wouldn't suspect that she's sick. That's another thing, na pinagpapasalamat ko talaga, she is not bedridden. She eats on her own. Hindi ko po siya sinusubuan. She goes to the toilet, she takes a bath on her own. She does not need morphine. Important thing for me, she does not need morphine. You know, for those things alone, I am grateful that my mother is taking Portier. But, you know, for some people, they might say that small victories lang yan. But you know what? I will take those small victories anytime. And I will always be grateful for them. Before taking Portier, my mother believed, she was convinced that she could die anytime. That cancer is an inescapable death sentence. But after taking Portier, my mother started to believe that she has a fighting chance. So what's the difference? The difference is hope. Kaya nga, we always say there is hope, there is hope. And I tell you, hope is a very powerful thing. As Christians, I know most of us here are Christians. We know that only God can bring healing. But I also know that He can use Portier placenta as an instrument to heal people. So do I have any regrets? Yes, I do. Fortunately, I have one regret. My only regret is that My mother should have taken birthier placenta sooner. I keep thinking na had she done so, siguro fully recovered na siya by now. So I urge you, brothers and sisters, friends, guests, do not be paralyzed by indecision. There is no better time to decide than when health or even life itself is at stake. Do not make the same mistake I did. That's all I have to say. Thank you, and may God bless us.